We call this video Suhakam's findings about the disappearance of Joshua and Ruth. In other videos, we've outlined the cases of social activist Amri Chekmat, an alleged Shiite Muslim, and Pastor Raymond Koh. Their abductions were the subjects of rigorous investigations conducted by the Human Rights Commission of Malaysia, Suhakam, and completed in April 2019. As activist Ng Yap Hua pointed out to us, no one has been charged in those cases. This is how Yap Hua put it.
If our Prime Minister sees everyone is part of the Malaysian family, he must have the political will to take action in the cases of enforced disappearance.
Yap Hua echoed something which senior human rights lawyer Roger Chan also said to us. The Prime Minister should take the initiative to act. This is what Roger said.
Can't the Prime Minister have a meeting with the Home Affairs Minister, the Special Branch Chief, the people who are directly involved, and even with the wife, to at least get something out of the matter?
Now we move on to Pastor Joshua Hilmi and his Indonesian wife, Pastor Ruth Sitepu, whose disappearance since 30th of November 2016 was similarly investigated by Suhakam. In April 2022, Suhakam issued its decision and grounds of decision. The chairman of the inquiry panel was Datuk Seri Hishamuddin Yunus, a retired judge of the Court of Appeal. Here is what his panel found.
The highly unsatisfactory conduct and shortcomings of the Royal Malaysian Police in investigating the disappearance of Joshua Helmi and Ruth Sitipu had contributed to the acquiescence of the state in the abduction of the couple. Slow response time in taking this action reflects poorly on the police. It shows that the police was not taking proactive measures in investigating the case. The panel observed that the police investigating officers lacked investigating skills in carrying out their investigations. The investigating officers failed to examine crucial evidence and to look for new leads in the case.
4 months have passed. Neither the police nor the government have said what they will do in response to Suhakam's repeat findings of gross negligence in police work, which amounts to complicity in the disappearances of the foursome. The cases of Amri, Raymond, Joshua, and Ruth have a very significant common theme. All of these victims of the abuse of power or of negligence by the police are persons of interest to Muslim religious authorities in Malaysia. We asked Reverend Dr. Herman Shastri, a well-known Malaysian Christian pastor and advocate for persons of all faiths, for some comment. This is what he said.
In these cases, we have to say that the problem is not so much the religious faiths of those who have disappeared, which is the problem, but it's the reaction of religious authority, and particularly in our context, Islamic religious authorities. They have laid down rules and regulations, and they have shared that only their view of Islam and their authority of protecting Islamic interests is what that matters.